At the start of 2020, I was working as a manager for a swim school. It was a big deal for me. I was doing well with it. I had the respect of my peers and staff, and then of course the pandemic hit and lockdown started. And for a lot of people, after lockdown ended, the emergency ended as well. But 5 years in, and I am still in a state of emergency. We got the unemployment bonuses coming in, which seemed great and helped. And when businesses started reopening, there was a plan here in Illinois about what businesses could open when and what precautions they had to take. And the business that I was working for was not following it and decided to open early. At the time, I was living with my mom, who is a senior citizen and immunocompromised. And so I was not comfortable with returning back to work at that time because none of the officials were saying that it was safe for my workplace to be open. And yet they were opening. And so when the unemployment office called and asked if I had rejected any offers of work, I answered honestly. I told them about my workplace, that they were asking me to come back to work, and that I wasn't comfortable with it because it didn't seem safe, and I was worried about my mom's health. And the person taking that interview, that check-in interview, seemed to agree with me, at least in tone. And they certified me, and a few weeks later, I got my next check. But then after that, somebody else from the unemployment office called and basically treated me like I committed fraud. But I answered honestly about what had happened. I was very open. So not only did they decide that I needed to stop receiving unemployment checks, but they wanted me to pay back months of unemployment checks, including all of the federal funds, to go back to my state that wasn't allocated for the state. But I appealed, and they found against me, and then I appealed again, and they found against me again. And at no point did I lie about anything that had happened. I presented all of the information, all of the things that I was told were required. And even though none of those pieces matched up, they sided with my former employer. The end result is that the unemployment office now claimed, but still, that I owe them $7,000. That's still the case. I don't have $7,000 to spare. Last week, I had $1.89 in my bank account. So at every point since then, if I have been struggling and needed assistance and was unemployed, I couldn't turn to the unemployment office for help, because the second I did, they'd be like, well, you still owe us $7,000. And that's not a help. That's not what they're supposed to do. Since then, my girlfriend and I moved in together. We were not able to stay at my mom's. That was just not a situation where there was space for us. But we decided that we needed to be together, especially after that situation. And after we had been living together for about a year, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was there to support her through her surgeries. I helped clear her drains, and if you don't know what that means, I'm a little jealous, and I'm not going to explain it. But she's been in cancer treatment for the last few years. She's doing much better. But since then, I've had my own medical issues that I've been trying to deal with. I've had chronic back pain. I'm not trying to make that sound equivalent at all. That's not where I'm going. But it's back pain I've been dealing with for 20 years and did not have a diagnosis for. And just started to get a diagnosis after 20 years. Like the first few times I went in, doctors didn't see anything wrong with my back. And so they just offered PT. And then finally in 2023, they saw something on an x-ray. And I had to change employers again, which meant I had to change insurance. And the new employer didn't offer their own health insurance, so they encouraged me to sign up through the healthcare marketplace. The plan I signed up for was provided by United Healthcare, a plan I would not be eligible for if I had any other insurance. But throughout all of 2023, United Healthcare rejected every single medical appointment, denied payment on every single medical appointment and treatment that I had for the year of 2023, asserting that I already had insurance. Through an employer that I was not employed by. Every single claim. All of that, included appointments to specialists. I had an MRI done in 2023 for my back, where they were able to actually see in clear detail what was wrong with my back. I didn't get any treatment for my back in 2023. Last year, 2024, I was still with United Healthcare, and there was a specialist who offered a procedure for my back that United Healthcare pre-approved, and without insurance would cost over $10,000. They pre-approved it. I had the procedure done, and then months later, they denied payment on it after I had already received it. My back is doing better. It is. I haven't had the same amount or frequency of pain that I had before. But after the fact, they denied it and said it was pre-approved. It was never pre-approved. Even though they pre-approved it, they said it wasn't pre-approved and that they couldn't pay for it because it was unproven. My back is better. But because of all of the medical treatments that they didn't pay for, I had to go on a payment plan with my doctor's office so that I could continue receiving treatment. And all of that was getting paid for on my credit card. I had to get treatment. And so now, where we're at this moment, I don't technically have medical debt because it's all on a payment plan that is getting paid on my credit card. I've got credit card debt. I've got a lot of credit card debt, and it's only grown, and I don't have a lavish lifestyle. I'm living more modestly than I have in a long time. Like the most modest I have lived. Like I said, I had $1.89 in my bank account last week, and that's been the case for a few weeks. I buy the bare minimum that I need from Aldi. I haven't bought new clothes. I don't remember the last time I bought new clothes. I'm working full time. And I've got a lot of experience in what I do. And my coworkers, heck, even people who are paid significantly more than me turn to me for advice professionally. $1.89. What the hell am I supposed to do?